No, I think we're good. Actually, yes. Can you log into the YouTube stream and see if anybody puts anything onto...
Oh, you mean on my phone?
Yeah, on your phone.
On my phone?
No, don't sit behind the curtain. Don't be the man behind the curtain.
You want me to just let you know what they say?
Yeah. Chat. Okay. Shabbat Shalom. Hey, everybody. Here we are. Actually, you know what? I'm going to take this off. No. Nope, I got it. Actually, Elisa, because of your wonderful inspiration, the first Shabbat Chavarah, when you tried to use the TV screen as a touch screen, and we had that epiphany that actually what we need is a wireless mouse. You were. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Here we are. Let's begin with a little bit of song, and then we will turn to the beginning of our Shabbat evening service on page 7. Yada-da-nai-nai-nai, yada-da-nai-nai-nai, yada-da-nai-nai-nai-nai, yama-nai-nai-nai, yada-da-nai-nai-nai, yada-da-nai-nai-nai, yada. Everyone needs to be masked in the sanctuary. Yada-da-nai-nai-nai-nai, yama-nai-nai-nai, yada-nai-nai-nai, yama-nai-nai-nai, yada-da-nai-nai-nai-nai, yada-nai-nai-nai, yada-nai-nai-nai, yada-da-nai-nai-nai, yada-nai-nai-nai-nai, page 7. Yedid nefesh avarachaman mishoch avdecha el retzonecha yarutz avdecha kemo ayal yishtachavel mul hadarecha teravlo yedidutecha mino fetzuf vechol tam ay 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 yada-nai-nai-nai 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 yada-nai-nai-nai. Last verse. Higalena ufros chavivi alai etzukat shelomecha ta'ir eretz michvodecha nagila v'nismechavach ma'er ahuv kiva moed v'chonenu ki me'olam ayayay yada-nai-nai-nai 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 yada-nai-nai-nai. Shabbat Shalom. So here we are for Shabbat Chavurah, short service at the end of a long dinner. Just the way we like it. But one of the things that no matter how short the service is, especially on Shabbat Chavurah, greeting one another, that Kabbalat Panim, right? It's the reason that we have the, the happy 20 minutes? short everything. No, the happy 20 minutes, right, is because greeting one another's, seeing one another's faces, especially with all of the sweetness of greeting one another's faces after perhaps not seeing each other or not seeing each other in this space in a very long time. Lecha Dodi is that peace as we welcome in Shabbat that also calls us to welcome in Shabbat in community. When we say Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Pnei Shabbat Nekabela, we channel our ancestors in medieval Sfat, who used to on Friday evenings dress all in white and go out into the fields and the hills in order to greet the Shabbat bride. Doing that in community, going out in a way that separates us from our behavior during the rest of the week, right? When we put on all white, we take off our work clothes, right? When we come here for Shabbat Chavurah or any time, we shed all that stuff that is waiting for us again on Saturday night or Sunday morning or Monday morning, and we make the choice to come in to the weekend through this gateway of Shabbat in community. And so in that way, we dress all in white and go out into the fields, go out into the hills, and greet one another and greet the Shabbat bride. So I want to invite us on page 41, now that we've greeted one another's faces, to now greet Shabbat in community. Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Yananai 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 Pnei Shabbat Nekabela. Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Yananai 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 Pnei Shabbat Nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad Hishmi hanu el hameyuchad Ayay Adonai echad u'shemo echad l'shem ultiferet v'halitchila. Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Yananai 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 Pnei Shabbat Nekabela. Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Yananai 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 Pnei Shabbat Nekabela. Top of page 43. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'neilcha ki mekor haberachai hayai merosh mikedem nesucha sof maaseh b'machshava techila. Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Yananai 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 Pnei Shabbat Nekabela. Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Yananai 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 Pnei Shabbat Nekabela. Top of page 45. Hitoreri Hitoreri Kiva Orech Kuhumi Uri Ayay Uri Uri Shir Daberi Kevod Adonai Alayich Nigla. Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Yananai 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 Pnei Shabbat Nekabela. Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Yananai 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 Pnei Shabbat Nekabela. Top of page 47. Yamin u'smol tifrotzi v'et Adonai ta'aritzi ayay al yadish ben partzi v'nismecha v'nagila. Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Yananai 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 Pnei Shabbat Nekabela. Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Yananai 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 Pnei Shabbat Nekabela. We rise as we face the entrance to our sanctuary. If anyone's joining us on YouTube Live, to our homes, our dens, our bedrooms, our dining rooms, as together we greet the Shabbat bride. Boi v'shalom ateret bala, gam besimcha uvetzochola, toch emune am segula. Boichala, boichala, lecha dodi likrat kala, yananai, 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela, lecha dodi likrat kala, yananai, 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela, yanai, yananai, yanai, yanai, yananai, 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 Yanai, 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 lecha dodi likrat kala, yananai, pnei Shabbat nekabela, lecha dodi likrat kala, yananai, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Page 57, just as we've greeted Shabbat, we now greet the evening. The Baruch calls us to prayer. Now we stand here ready to enter into that space, differentiated from the week, differentiated from the day. Baruch hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach leolam va'ed. We can be seated. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim. Creator of the day and the night, who rolls back light before the dark and dark before the light, who makes day pass away and brings on the night, dividing between day and night. The leader of the throngs of heaven is your name. Ushmor tzeitenu v'oenu l'chaim u'l'shalom me'ata ve'ad olam. That's not right. Umavir yom umevi laila, umavdil ben yom uvein laila, Adonai tzvaot shemo, el chai v'kayam, tamid yimloch aleinu leolam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai, hamariv aravim. Page 61. Is there someone who wants to read in English? Page 61. English reader? Steve.
We are loved by an unending love. We are embraced by arms that find us, even when we are hidden from ourselves. We are touched by fingers that soothe us, even when we are too proud for soothing. We are counseled by voices that guide us, even when we are too embittered to hear. We are loved by an unending love. We are supported by hands that uplift us, even in the midst of a fall. We are urged on by eyes that meet us, even when we are too weak for meeting. We are loved by an unending love. Embraced, touched, soothed, and counseled. Ours are the arms, the fingers, the voices. Ours are the hands, the eyes, the smiles. We are loved by an unending love. Blessed are you, beloved one, who loves your people Israel.
Thanks. Baruch atah Adonai ohev amo Yisrael. The Shema, page 65. Close our eyes, we open our ears. We tap into that oneness that connects all of us, that breath of all life, that force that keeps the earth spinning, nature renewing day by day, and that force that flows through each and every one of us, creating, recreating, allowing us to recreate ourselves day by day, that force that we name the Adonai, that is Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך, ובשעריך. We continue silently with one of the two biblical selections that follows. Just for a moment. Adonai Elohechem Emet, page 79. Micha mocha, micha mocha, micha mocha, micha mocha, micha mocha, micha mocha ba'elim Adonai. Mika mocha, mika mocha, mika mocha, mika mocha, mika mocha, mika mocha, nedar bakodesh, nora tehilot oseh, vele nora tehilot oseh, vele Malchutecha, Rauvanecha, Bokei Hayam, Lifnei Moshe Ze'eli, Anu ve'amiru, Adonai Yimloch Le'olam Va'ed, Adonai Yimloch Le'olam Va'ed, V'ne'emar Kifad Adonai et Yaakov, וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני, גאל Yisrael. On page 88, we rise in spirit or in body. Let's read together this kavanah, this intention at the top of the page by Sandy Eisenberg Sasso as we prepare to enter into our silent Amidah for Shabbat evening. We'll read together. Standing here in Abraham's desert, affirming one God, moving in the old spaces, warmed by our ancestors' embrace, standing here in Sarah's tent, laughing new life, moving in the old spaces, renewed by our ancestors' hope, standing here in my place, listening to our voices, yearning, moving in my own spaces, translating the silence. And I want to invite you to carry this poem with you as an intention as you travel through this silent Amidah tonight, beginning on page 91, continuing at your own pace and at your own way, especially for those of us who are here in this space for the first time in a long time tonight. Od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, 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 aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, salam. Od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Our Mishaberach L'cholim, our prayer for healing, the words can be found on the back cover of our Sidurim. And we turn our thoughts from our private thoughts of the silent Amidah to our quite public thoughts about those in our families, in our neighborhoods, in our communities, in our concentric circles of community. Perhaps we have overlaps in our lists of those who we love who are in need of healing, ourselves included. So I want to invite you to share if you're thinking of someone for healing this evening. I'm also going to read the list that I have here for our congregational Mishaberach list. But as my eyes meet yours, if you're thinking of someone for healing tonight, let's share those, because both in terms of, the power of lifting up names and blessing, but also the power of letting people know who is in need in our community. Because sometimes when we share a name, it leads to conversation later. Hey, I heard you mention Mary. What's going on with her? And then we become the blessing.
Mark Woodson.
Yeah.
Karen Brown.
And hey, guys, it's good to see you. You said it was Harriet, and who else was on?
The Sky Network Band.
Ah, the Sky Network Band. Hiya. That might be Paul. And also, we're thinking of and sending our hopes and energy for healing and wholeness to Andrea Abrams Herbert, James Alberts, Fran Anderson, Roberta Archibald, Arden, Barry and Carol Mueller-Bell, Rabbi Deborah Bowen, Robin Kupo, Frankie Deaver, Faye Fishman, Marcy Fish, Joan Flaherty, Rhoda Gansler, Eric Gershman, Jonathan Giannini, Cordula Hamish, Chava Hurley, Sharon Cass, Moss Kaufman, Beverly and Howard Kaufman, Fran Kaufman, Joy Layden, Robert Mueller, Anthony Nero, Lisa Nicholson, Jennifer Riley and Thomas Pablo, Stan Pollock, Abby Rosenberg, Mike Rosenberg, Shelley Sanders, Marlene Sortino, Lloyd Suter, Howard Temple, Lynn Van Engel, Brandy Wazliewski, Stan Weckstein, Millie Weissman, Grace Zangwell, and Eileen Zeff. Mishaberach avotenu mekor habracha laimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mishaberach imotenu mekor habracha le'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. We rise in spirit or in body for Aleinu on page 121. עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שנתן לנו תורת אמת, וחיי עולם נטע בתוכנו, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ועושה את הארץ ומושך. ככתוב בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד. We can be seated. So we turn together to page 131, and we turn in our hearts and our memories to those whom we've loved and lost at this season and years past. This week we mark the yortzites of Faye Schwartzberg, grandmother of Eileen Coopersmith, Ruth Ann Mandel, sister-in-law of Peggy Mandel, Nathan Schwartz, father of Eileen Coopersmith, Benjamin Fields, late husband of Stephanie Fields, Reba Schaefer, mother of Deb Schaefer, Fruina Candle, grandmother of Scott Love, Teresa Young, mother of Warren Young. It's the first yortzeit of Vivian Green, mother of Eliza Green, Marion Snell, mother of Jill Snell, and Rose Alexander, mother-in-law of Marie Alexander. And this week is the last week of Shloshim, the last week of the month following the passing of Elsie Lieberstein, late mother of Steve Lieberstein, mother-in-law of Sandy Saul, and of Bertha Bracha Schwartz, late mother of Dan Schwartz, mother-in-law of Susan, grandmother of Eric and Zachary. And so we hold Steve and Dan and their families both in our hearts as they finish up this journey through the month of Shloshim, this first month after losing their moms. And is there anyone else who's saying Kaddish for someone, either online or here in the sanctuary? Yeah.
Thursday was the anniversary of my father's death.
So we'll add. Yeah. On the Gregorian calendar.
April 27th.
Nice. Roy Belzer. Some people do it the Shabbat at the end of the week, and some people do it the Shabbat leading in to the week. So, yeah. May as well say it on both Shabbats and then on the day. So, great. So for both your mom and your dad. Okay, and so I want to invite mourners, those observing a yortzeit, to rise in spirit or in body for Mourners Kaddish. And this week, where it was also Yom HaShoah on Wednesday night and Thursday, we also add, of course, the 6 million Jews, 11 million total people who were murdered by the Nazis during the Holocaust, and then by extension, all of those who've been victims of genocide and continue to be victims of genocide across our world. As we as Jews hold in our hearts and feel in our kishkas that trauma, and are in one of those groups in the special place to be able to empathize in that special, terrible way with everyone who experiences this kind of hatred in our world. Mourners Kaddish is on page 131. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru, Amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach leolam ulalmei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yitaleh v'yithalal shemei tekudsha brichu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tush b'chata v'nechemata da'amiran be'alma v'imru, Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru, Amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru. Amen zichronam livracha, may their memories be a blessing for all of us. And a couple of very, very, very fast, I promise, announcements. Next Friday night is the annual meeting. We'll be starting at 6 o'clock with an outdoor picnic Italian dinner. Please, 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 if you're planning on coming and you haven't RSVP'd, really, really do so by I want to say the RSVP date was today, but probably if you let Nadine know by Monday, it will be okay. RSVPs are really coming in, so I think it's going to be a really wonderful congregational night, both in terms of our annual meeting, celebrating our outgoing leadership, our incoming leadership, including our incoming, voting in our incoming board members, including a new president, Barry Mitica. Also, our Makela will be with us in person for the first time in 2 years. They will at least be singing Or Hadash is Like a Diamond. We're going to see what else is going to be able to be possible as well. But our Makela will be back with us for the first time in more than 2 years, and that's very, very exciting. And also, this will be Peggy Mandel's final Or Hadash is Like a Diamond. She's hanging up her pen after 35 years of Or Hadash is Like a Diamond. So we're also celebrating that. And if you will be the next diamond writer, you should let Josh McHugh know.
Is she hanging up just the writing, or is this a bigger change?
No, I think she's just hanging up the writing pen. She's been doing it for 35 years. It's time to pass on the baton, as it were.
Okay.
Great question. So tomorrow afternoon is a Shabbat hike. I keep saying hike. Hike. It is not the fourth postponement of the hike that keeps getting rained out. It's a whole new hike, I've been told. Doug's not in charge of this one, so it's not going to rain. No, I'm just kidding. 2 p.m. tomorrow, hiking Havara. On Sunday, May 1st, at 11:15 a.m., both here and here, right, in the sanctuary and on YouTube, our Yom HaShoah program. Daniel Goldstein, who is a Holocaust survivor who was a young child who was hidden during the Shoah, is going to be sharing his story with all of us on this coming Sunday morning. We hope that you'll join either on site or online. And please note the time change. It was meant to be at 10:30. It's now going to be at 11:15. There were some circumstances outside of our hands. But please do join us on Sunday morning. It's going to be a really special program. On the 15th is our Smile School open house. If you know of any little ones or medium-sized ones or even big ones who are looking for Hebrew school, please do invite them to join us on the 15th. There will be an open house across grades, as well as sort of a carnival atmosphere, special sort of like end-of-the-year program that we're inviting our open house families to be a part of as well. And Barbara Weissman, our education director extraordinaire, is looking for volunteers for that morning to be greeters, to give building tours, to just generally be happy, smiley, masked faces. Wear your smiley mask. To greet folks as they come in. It's been a long 2 and some change years. And as people are searching for community, we really hope that both a lot of folks will come to check us out, but also that our folks will be here to greet and welcome new faces in. So please be in touch with Barbara to volunteer. Lastly, our Shavuot Night of Study is coming up. It's Saturday. It's a Saturday night this year, which means that we're going to be both on site and online. We're not going to be online only like we might be on a weeknight. That's going to be on Saturday night, June 4th. And I believe that Manny Rosenberg is still looking for a few leaders and teachers, so please be in touch with him if you want to lead a study session. I'll be teaching, a number of other folks will be teaching. We hope that some RRC students and faculty will also be teaching, and it promises to be a really wonderful night of study for Shavuot. And there are many other messages and announcements I could give, but read HaKesher. It was in the email. And so we're going to close with Shalom Aleichem, because I don't know that we sang it in there, so we'll sing it out here, which I think is way back on maybe page 5. No, 13. And we'll do the quick melody. And if you don't know it, you'll catch on by the end. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharetz, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech, Malachei Hamelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharetz, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech, Malachei Hamelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Ay, 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 Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharetz, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech, Malachei Hamelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech, Malachei Hamelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Next line, Baruch Hu, Ni l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech, Malachei Hamelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Ay, 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 Tzeitzchem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So for this part of the evening, Shabbat Shalom. And so I want to invite Harriet and Paul and anyone else that is on YouTube to click on your Daily Links email if you're a member of Or Hadash. This is one of the perks of being a member of Or Hadash, and click on the Zoom link so you can join us on Zoom, because I'm about to turn off the live stream because we're not going to live stream our Shabbat Chavarah discussion, but we are going to continue it on Zoom and in person. So come join us on Zoom. I'll let you in from the waiting room. It'll be wonderful. But so Shabbat Shalom, whether you're here or at home. Shabbat Shalom. Let's